when not to wash a driveway or concrete. You're going to get tasked for jobs sometimes. It's very rare, but we need to go over these scenarios in case you do get tasked for a job accidentally and you get out to wash concrete or a driveway and you notice one of these things. You need to be cognizant of what to do and educated on it. There are times that you'd never want to put pressure on concrete. One of those times is if that concrete is less than a year old. And how would you know if it's less than a year old? Well, obviously, if you can't talk to the homeowner and find out, just simply Google that address and see when that house was built. And that will pretty much always tell you when the driveway was poured as well, unless they had an extension or something. But if that concrete is less than a year old, you want to be very careful putting pressure on it. If you're going to wash that driveway, if it's less than a year old, if you're run into that circumstance, that would be a time that you would soft wash it versus putting pressure. Another time is, even if the concrete is a year older or older, if it's anytime you're surface cleaning, and you'll know it, without a doubt, it's evident. But if you're ever running a surface cleaner and all of a sudden it becomes real milky white, the water that's coming from it after you're cleaning, if it gets real milky white, stop immediately. Do not proceed. Rinse off that concrete. The top layer, it's called the cream coat. It has not cured enough, and when you see that milky white, you're taking the cream of that concrete off. So you would need to stop immediately, let the homeowner know why you can't proceed, and go from there. Another reason is any kind of painted surfaces. A lot of these retirement communities, they'll have painted driveways. When you run into that, especially if there's signs of chipping or paint coming off or faded, you don't want to put more pressure on that, because now you're going to be responsible for taking the paint off. If a customer has a painted driveway and they want you to pressure wash it anyway, they're adamant about that, then we need to make sure that they sign off on a waiver before we proceed, so we take any responsibility off of our hands. But any kind of painted surface, for the most part, 99% of the time, just a strong soft wash with chemical only. And then another thing, this kind of coincides with if it turns milky white. If you're running that surface cleaner and you look back, when I say swirl marks, I'm not talking about because you're going too fast. If you've got some swirl marks, that just indicates that you're going too fast. If you look back and those swirl marks are actually embedded into the concrete, it's deep into the concrete, then again, that means that cream of that top layer of that concrete has not cured. So that would be another reason you would stop immediately and just proceed to just chemical wash only. So these are the reasons why, or the signs what to look for when you're washing concrete. You want to make sure that concrete's past a year old, it's not a painted surface, and just realize even if it is a year older, every now and then you can run into one of these other two circumstances where it turns milky white or swirl marks. If it happens, just know you need to stop immediately. And other than that, you should be safe.